I've been black my whole life. I've been treated differently my whole life because of that. And my mother and my father protected us and kept us safe. I wasn't able to do that for my mother. My name is Garnell Whitfield, Jr. I'm the son of Mrs. Ruth Elizabeth Whitfield, 86 years old, the eldest victim of the Buffalo massacre. She was killed by an 18-year-old white supremacist. Her and 9 other pillars of our community.
Heartache is its own hill. Garnell Whitfield has been climbing it every day since hate showed up at a Buffalo grocery store 1 year ago.
Witnesses say a gunman dressed in army fatigues and a helmet walked into a supermarket and then opened fire.
The gunman killing 10 people and injuring 3 others at the Tops Friendly Markets on May 14th, 2022. The 19-year-old killer saying he carried out the attack for the future of the white race, targeting the east side of Buffalo, predominantly black working-class neighborhood. At the same time, the horror captured the nation.
The impact of the shooting resonating throughout the country.
Cameras descended on the city.
A sheer tragedy in the city of Buffalo.
But as the months ticked on and the cameras disappeared, our reporters stayed. ABC followed some of the residents of East Buffalo over the last year, documenting their mourning and healing and what they want to come from this moment.
You can't sit here and be comfortable and pray. You got to do something.
A place where rage became resilience, victims, advocates, and the wounds of racism and neglect now healed scars of restoration. The shooter targeted this community because it was black and poor. He picked the wrong neighborhood. They turned tragedy into a turning point.
I can't walk a mile in Kat's shoes. She's much more intelligent than I will ever be, but I can volunteer.
We want this to serve as a pilot for other areas that are undergoing the same type of issues.
We have the power. It's not something that's outside of us. We keep looking for somebody. Nobody's coming in to save us.
We first met up with Garnell last August, 3 months after the shooting.
I've got a lot of favorite memories of my mom. Obviously, nothing's more current or more memorable to me than the last time I was with my mom. One of the things I came up with for Mother's Day was I was going to build her a raised garden. On that Friday before she passed, I actually finished the garden. And she sat out in the yard with me several times. And on that Saturday morning when about 8 o'clock in the morning, I came back and I knocked on her door. She didn't answer the door. And I wasn't sure if she was up or not. I said, okay, I'm not gonna wake her up. I'll meet her up at the nursing home, which we often did. I never saw her again.
Across the city, Barbara Massey Maps is also holding on to all that's left of her sister, Kat Massey, the memories.
Everything she left is here. I just come down once a month and I dust them out. But Kat just kept us together. She made us laugh. She made us think. Kat would just love people.
Her sister's home just a few doors down from her own.
She made this into a closet. As you can see, my sister loved hats.
Frozen in time.
This is the only things we didn't take down. She would have these poster notes. I didn't ever read this before. May 2022, this is coming down.
Barb's memory of that day seared in her mind.
I literally was coming out the yard from cutting Kat's grass. My neighbor Doug was coming down the street. He said, Barbara, did you hear they were shooting at Tops? And it took me a second. I said, our Tops. I left the lawnmower, got in the car. I raced up to Tops. Is only like 7 minutes from us, maybe.
Her older sister, Kat, was shopping at the grocery store that day.
It was just wall-to-wall, police officers, no one yelling, no crying, no pushing. Everybody was just in shock. And I just kept making my way. Could you just see if my sister, Kat Massey, I described her so They heard me so many times that the FBI agent remember who I was when he told me he was coming back 8 hours later to let me know. That's how many times I worked the crowd. But right before we buried Kat, we didn't know that he had shot her in the back of her head 2 times and they had to use paper mache to put her head back together. He said he's been a mortician, I don't know how many years, and he never in his life, ever, seen nothing like that before. She was a big advocate about gun control. I don't know if it was the last paper she wrote, but she had a big article. But yes, Kat was a big advocate. And then to get killed by a gun, that's just the devil came to town. Black people, man, you don't know a damn thing about black people.
At the sentencing, Barb channeling her anger into words.
We love our kids.
Barb's son, Damone, overwhelmed.
Take people out. Don't do it.
I wanted to kill his ass.
I know.
Sorry to say it like that.
I did too.
But like, I'm trying to get my cousin to come up there with me. I'm gonna distract him. We got to do something to this man for all the pain.
For Damone and so many others, time cannot heal all wounds.
I mean, not only just with my, I mean, like I lost my friends too. Roberto was one of my best friends. Marcus was one of my best friends. I mean, these are people I see every day.
See, he's 2 blocks away.
You understand? I haven't been sober since my aunt passed away. I drink every day. I don't sleep. Each particular family that's all been through this tragedy, there's no form of healing possible. There's no form of healing possible.
For Barb, she says channeling her pain into activism has helped, carrying Kat's spirit within her.
Kat was just a good person that cared about what's going on in her community. She cared about people. She wanted things to be better for everyone. Everything Kat did was for the community. She worked with the council, she worked with the schools, she worked with the homeless. She was everywhere.
Barb says she and her sister believe city officials haven't done enough to invest in the community, and that it's now up to those who live there to make change.
These rails you're looking at, this was Kat years and years and years talking to the DOT. She wanted the street to be tree lined, just like every place else. Suburbs. Why shouldn't we have them? That's exactly what she said. Why shouldn't we have the trees?
When we come back, turning towards activism.
We're mad as hell because this should have never happened.
And the community leaders addressing racism in the underserved.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.